guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Swati, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you everything that I use to actually create these videos here on YouTube. Now, having said this, these are everything that I've collected over the years. I did not go out and purchase all these things in one go. In fact, if you're someone who's just starting out, my recommendation would be to start creating videos with whatever you have. I'm sure that you've heard this quite a lot of times, and in fact, I've made a video here which basically talks about how you can create really good quality videos just by using your smartphone. Because trust me, when it comes to actually creating videos, your smartphone is easy, handy, and everyone has a smartphone, so it's a really inexpensive option to actually start creating videos. Now, having said this, if you're someone who's been creating videos for a while and if you want to be actually improving the production quality, then I hope that this video helps you. And in this video, I'm also going to share with you guys about what are the different equipment that really worked very well for me and what did not work. Now, I'm someone who purchases things only after doing a lot of research. So most of the things that I have and I own are things that I really like and I enjoy. Now, that's a lot of talking for this video. Now, without wasting any more time, let's jump right into this video. Starting off with cameras I use, and here I have quite a few cameras, but when I started creating videos on this channel, basically travel vlogs, I started with this phone. Now, this is the OnePlus 6 and I was using this phone with a gimbal. Now, that's because this camera does not have a really good image stabilization, so I had to get this gimbal. Now, this is the DJI Osmo gimbal. It's a pretty good gimbal, and this combo really worked really well for me. So for a really long time, I was actually creating all my videos just by using this phone, and it was doing a pretty decent job. But at one point, I also wanted to improve the quality of my videos, and I thought of investing into a proper vlogging camera. So I had two options. The number one was to invest in a point and shoot camera like the Canon G7X Mark II, and it's a great camera. I was actually almost sold that I wanted that camera because even a lot of travel vloggers and in fact vloggers that I see on YouTube use the camera. But I did a little bit of research and I found that this camera that I'm actually shooting on is a better option. It's a mirrorless camera. It is the Canon M50. It was slightly bit more expensive, the Canon G7X, which is a point and shoot camera. But I was really convinced that I wanted this camera, and I'm so happy with the decision that I made, because when it comes to this camera, it's a mirrorless camera, so I also have the option of interchangeable lenses, so I can change the lens and I can just use this camera to even create cinematic videos if I want. And this also has like a audio port, so I can attach a mic to it, so it's a great option. Now, talking about another camera that I have, and I've had this since a really long time, and it is a GoPro. Now, this is definitely not one of those really nice GoPros that you have in the market right now. Like, I think the latest one is the GoPro Hero 8, and it has a great stabilization and everything. And this one, my friend, is a very old GoPro Hero 4. It's not a bad camera at all. In fact, if I want to be shooting some action shots or like, me surfing or something, then this is a decent camera. But yeah, this has been doing good for me. I have different mounts for this camera, so I can attach it to a lot of different places, and this does the work for me. I'm also considering investing in a GoPro Hero 9 when it comes, so I'm actually waiting for that. So now, talking about camera, I also have a drone. Now, this is the drone that I have. It's a tiny drone. Even if I just open this drone, it's not really that big. It's a really tiny drone. This is the DJI Mavic Mini. It's a new drone, relatively new drone, and I'm happy. I'm genuinely so happy with the quality of this drone. I got this from Singapore, so I got it only for like 40,000 rupees. I believe in India it's a little more expensive. And at 40,000, I got the fly mode combo, so I'm really happy. I have like 3 batteries, the propeller guard, the case and everything. But also, this is my first drone, so I'm actually learning how to operate a drone. And from what I've used, I really like the footage that I've shot on this drone, and I'm really happy with this purchase. Now, let's talk about the different audio devices that I have. Now, when it comes to videos, audio is super important. People actually might watch your video even if the video quality is really bad. If the content is good, people will watch the video. But if the audio is bad, and however good your content is, people are not going to watch the video. In fact, even yesterday, I was watching a video and I was really interested in the topic, but I could not watch the video because audio was really bad. Now, having said this, you really don't need to invest a lot of money into mics and audio devices. You can make do with whatever you have. Now, talking about the devices that I have for audio, it is the number one is the mic that I'm actually using to film this video, which is the Rode Video Micro. It's a decent mic, it's pretty good, and it does a decent job of actually capturing the audio. Now again, this mic does not perform really well when it comes to noisy surroundings, so I have to be careful where I am and if there is a lot of noise in the surrounding. Now another device that I have is this one. Now this is a pretty good mic. This is a lapel mic, so it's like it goes over here on your collar and it does a job. Now this is a Boya mic. It has a really long cable. And this is a mic that I usually use for recording my voiceovers and it does a decent job. But when it comes to vlogging with this, I don't think I would want to try it because just look at it. The cable is so long and it won't be really comfortable to use this on the collar. So I've never really tried. So yeah, this is what I use. Now let's talk about tripods and accessories. If you ask me, tripods are really important, and if you're someone who creates a lot of these sit down videos, then you would probably need a longer tripod, something like the one that I'm using. The one that I'm using is from Vanguard. It's the one with the pistol head. It has a ball head and everything, so I can move my camera in like different angles. Even if I want, I can get like a top view, a side view, a vertical video, anything that I want with this tripod because it's really versatile. Now when it comes to vlogging, then this tripod is pretty useless because I cannot carry this around. Sometimes I have done that, but it's not really very handy. For that I have like a mini tripod. This is the Manfrotto Pixie Mini. It's a great tripod. It's quite sturdy. It fits really well. So if I hold it like this or something, it fits really well. And with this I also got like a phone mount, so I can mount my phone on this, and it does a decent job at it. Now this also comes with a ball head, so I can like press this and move this around, so I can get like different angles and different views. I don't have any other tripod like a Gorilla Pod or something. I had a Gorilla Pod, but it broke and I didn't really use it so much, so I didn't get that. But what I have for my accessory, for like my tripod and accessory, like I showed you, is a phone gimbal, and I also have a gimbal for my mirrorless camera and for a DSLR. So this usually like a gimbal I use when I'm shooting with someone else. Like if I'm shooting with a professional or if I'm shooting with Amod, sometimes I use a gimbal. Now what a gimbal does is actually get that really stabilized shot. So if you are running with a gimbal, if you're walking with a gimbal, if you're running after someone, it doesn't matter. You will get that butter smooth shot. If I want a shot like that, I use a gimbal, and the one that I have is from Payutech. It is the AK2000. It's a pretty good gimbal, but if you're someone who actually vlogs and if you like to create raw videos, then I don't think you really need a gimbal, because in my experience, what I've been doing when I shoot on my own, or like if I'm on a solo trip and if I just shoot with this tripod with my mirrorless camera, I just stabilize the video when I'm doing it in post-production. When I'm editing the video, there is this option to stabilize the video and it works pretty well. And in fact, even the camera that I have, it has a pretty good inbuilt stabilization. So it does a decent job, and I like a little bit of shake in my videos because I think it adds a little bit of like rawness to the video. Now let's talk about storage, because when you're dealing with video files, you really need a lot of storage. Now if you're someone who's creating videos on phone, then I definitely recommend that you get storage on cloud like Google Drive, Google Photos, or even Apple iCloud. That's definitely a really good option for storing your videos. Now there's so many cases of corrupted files, corrupted memory cards and all that, so you will definitely need hard disks. If you're creating videos on cameras, then definitely get hard disks. And please, from my experience, what I can definitely recommend is get 2 of them. Like simultaneously, when you are creating videos, create multiple copies. Just store a set of files in this one, store a set of files in this one. Because there are so many cases of corrupted files, corrupted hard disks. So it's really important that you have copies, and otherwise it can be a nightmare. Just imagine you travel to a place, you create like a bunch of videos, and then you know that you've lost it all. That's not really a pretty scene. It's happened to me, guys, so I cannot stress on this enough. Now let's talk about editing your videos. Now for editing my videos, what I use is my laptop. Now this is the MacBook Pro 2017 model. This is a pretty good laptop. It's really fast, which is why I got it. And I use a software called Final Cut Pro. I quite like Final Cut Pro. I like the interface, and it is a paid software. So it's not a very inexpensive option. Now, a lot of people assume that you really need a MacBook or you need a Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere Pro to actually edit your videos. You really don't. In fact, for like almost 2 years, I was using my Windows laptop, which was a really old Acer, a 2010 model Acer, with this software called Filmora, their free version, and it did the job for me. But I wanted my videos to be really fast, and I wanted to edit I wanted to edit a lot of videos, which is why I got this laptop, and it does a decent job. So guys, that's basically everything that I have, and this is basically everything that I use to create these videos for you. Now, if you ask me about one device that you need to be investing your money in, then I would definitely say get a decent camera and get a decent mic. Now, your camera can be anything. It can be a GoPro, it can be a point and shoot, it can be a mirrorless. But I told you like my 2 cents on this topic. I really like having a mirrorless camera because it can do a lot of things for me. So yeah, basically that's pretty much it, guys. This video is not to intimidate you. This is basically something that I've collected over the years, but it is also not a very expensive or a very inexpensive setup. There's so many creators who have like really professional quality camera, gimbal, everything. But for me, this is more like an entry level setup that I have, and this is doing a great job for me. I really like it. Please don't be intimidated. Please, if you're starting a YouTube channel, if you're starting to actually create videos, please start with your phone, start with a stand like this, or just get a gimbal. I have done it, so I really know that that setup works very well for you. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that you learned a thing or two by watching this video. And if you enjoyed watching this video, then please give this video a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to my channel, Wanderlust. I'll see you very soon with another video. Till then, take care and bye-bye.